What's up, YouTube? This is Treves here, XRman 9K. He's going to give you a little bit of input on his Mermail deck profile that he just went XO in locals, 2-0'd everyone. And he's going to talk about what was good and what was bad about the deck. Let's get right into it.
What's up, YouTube? Yeah, I played Mermail locals today. I'll just tell you how I did. I'm not going to do a deck profile because I just did one yesterday. It's on our channel. So if you want, you can check it out. I don't think I showed you guys my side deck. So I can show you what I sided right now, and I'll talk about my matches and what was good for this format. I did play meta, so it's not a big deal. So I sided 2 Soul Takers, Mind Control. I didn't ever make it. Didn't ever side it. I sided the Soul Takers. I sided this all day. This was good. This was decent. Royal Decrees were good. Debunks are good. I think it's going to be the best side deck of the format. And yeah, I never even played those. I didn't have to. I didn't side those in, but it's a decent card. And I sided Malevolent Catastrophe because I don't like back row. In my main deck, I actually had a copy of Vanity's Emptiness. The card was absolute trash in the main. That's all I have to say about it. Just trash.
You flipped it on me once.
I flipped it on him, and I had a lead out and he didn't have many resources. I think he had like 3 cards in hand, and I had 2 cards in hand and Emptiness and a lead. I think one of the cards in hand was a Megalo, and really, like, this card was garbage. All he did was Dark Hole my lead, and it was gone. So the card was garbage. I don't know why I main decked it. I can understand why it's good in the main, but yeah,
didn't do much for you.
Didn't do shit. Didn't do shit. So I'm just cutting it. I'm just cutting it from the build I had. I play 42 cards now. I think having higher than 40 is actually okay because the deck just searches everything. Like, everything just searches everything, and the deck's really good like that. So usually draw pretty good with it. I didn't ever have really any dead hands. I had bad hands, but all the hands you get are playable. In my opinion, it is one of the most consistent decks of the format.
I had some dead hands.
Top contender.
4 tuners.
So, yeah, and it's nice. It's nice. I never draw Dragoons, and I drew Dragoons a lot today. So I played round 1. I played against Infernity. I 2-0'd him, destroyed him. He kind of was an idiot because he's gonna see this because he's my teammate, but he made a dumb move. He ended his. He set a barrier. He searched a barrier. He had 2 MST set and barrier set. On his field, he had a Laval Chain, Leviaire. I think. Yeah, it was a Leviaire and then
Archfiend.
Black Ship of Corn.
Didn't he have an Archfiend on field?
Yeah, he did. He had 3 XYZs: Black Ship of Corn, Leviaire, and Laval Chain. And then he got back a Stygian Street Patrol with the Leviaire, and he had the Archfiend on board. So he attacks me, but he gets me down to like 1600 shit. So that's fine because I had stuff on board. He had to get over my Abystius and shit like that. Cause, anyways, he overlays the goddamn Archfiend and the Street Patrol for a friggin' Abyss Dweller when he has a barrier set. He had no Infernities in attack position. I was like, why did you do that? So I had in hand, I had a Fishborg Archer engraved, ready to Black Rose him, and had the Dark Hole. So even if he had the barrier, I had ways around it. But so I just Dark Hole. And he changed the Abyss Dweller, and I'm like, yeah, that's great. You have a dead card back there and 2 MSTs. Well, I didn't know he had the MSTs, but that's what he told me. So I proceeded to win from there, just straight out through advantage, and he couldn't get his way out of it. So I won game 1, and then game 2 I just destroyed him. So next round I play against Dragon Rulers, and I opened the nuts game 1. Game 1 I ended my field with let's put it out here. Engineer, Abyss Strike in defense mode, Bahamut Shark, and a Gaios. And I had 2 back row set, and I had a Gunday in hand. One of my back row was a Sphere, and I think the other back row was a Breakthrough Skill. And it was too much. No way you can get out of that lock. It's just crazy. So I won because of that. Game 2 was a hella grind game. I don't remember how I won, but I did. And
You drew that spike because you didn't have any targets left for title.
yes, I drew the spike. That was it. I drew the card to beat him down for 800. Yep. Cameraman.
That's
right
close,
now.
man.
Dragon
That's
Rulers.
close.
Round 3, played Black Wings. 2-0 Black Wings. There's not much to say. There was nothing that special about the game. It was close-ish. He kind of drew bad, so there was no like really unorthodox plays. And then round 4, I played against the Warrior guy. That deck was annoying, man. He friggin' would go Thrasher, summon Heroic Challenger, and make a 2800 Maestro because the Challenger boosts its attack by 1000. And I was like, wow, what the heck do I do to this Maestro? Eventually in the game, like later in the game, he had a 3200 Blade Armor Ninja attacking twice, and I was like, holy crap. So I tried to Big Eye his Maestro earlier, but he used a card called the XYZ Reflect, which is where, like, if I target an XYZ monster with a spell, trap, or effect monster, he negates the effect, destroys my card, and I take 800. And I was like, wow, this really sucks. So what ended up happening, he had 2800, and he had a card in hand and a back row. The back row was a bluff. I think it was Warrior for Returning Alive. And he had a Blade Armor that could attack twice with 32. And so I had 23, he had 28. All I had set was a Sphere after all this because he destroyed my... I had to set Sphere and go Megalo and Title just for defense, just so he wouldn't kill me. And so yeah, so what I do, I draw, and I draw Heavy Infantry. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, I'm like, well, how do I get around this Blade Armor? Because I can only summon Title and use Sphere to save myself, but if he draws a monster, I'm probably going to die. So actually what I did is I Sphered for my last Megalo in deck, summoned the Heavy Infantry, used Megalo's effect even though it's negated, but I can still activate it, and attributed the Heavy Infantry to destroy his Blade Armor with Heavy Infantry's effect, then avenged 2 for title and attacked for 5,000 for game. So that was game 1. Game 2 was still close. I ended up Big Eyeing his Maestro at 2,800 and won from there. So that was actually I would say the toughest matchup of the day. And yeah, so I went 4-0 and won 2-0 each game. And that's it. I mean, I kind of want to play Lightning Vortex in this deck. So yeah. Any questions?
Anything else you'd change?
Change?
Anything else you'd take out of your deck? How's Abyss Osha and all that?
Abyss Osha is good. Amazing.
Turge, is it good?
Turge is one of my favorite cards in the deck. My favorite card in the deck is Abyss Gunday. Lets you grind out your opponent, keep going.
You like the 43 or the 4? Or you're cutting it to 42?
I'm gonna cut the Vanity's Emptiness. Just I might even.
You might even just switch it to the Lightning Vortex or whatever.
Yeah, I might add the Lightning Vortex. Cut the Vanity's Emptiness for Lightning Vortex. Really, one of my favorite cards on deck is Gunday. It's so good. And
You thinking about adding a Cowboy?
no.
There's all the people you keep getting to 800 and can't get them.
No, I don't need Cowboy.
I'm just bugging.
Cowboys for scrubs.
Just bugging. Could have won those games though.
Yep, could have won all those games. But I'd say MVP of the deck in the main. MVP of the main deck. Gunday.
Gunday's OP.
Other than Gunday, you could say Title. Title was amazing today.
Because you can forever get
If
it
you
out.
don't play, if you don't play Title, this deck doesn't survive. You need to play Title.
Alright, good
The
stuff.
extra. I'll talk about the extra MVP. Was definitely this
Probably
card.
the Bahamut Strike.
This card
Yeah.
was so good. That card was so good all day. So
Never
yeah,
bad to have.
that's what I talk about.
Alrighty.
Maybe we'll link the video of the deck profile, and yeah, that's it.
Alrighty. Peace out, YouTube.
How long was that video?